Hey guys, so I thought I would do a little sit down video just talking through like my whole prep journey really, specifically peak week, show day and post prep, post prep, we'll call it post show. I'm in a WhatsApp group chat with all the girls that are doing their first bikini competition or first show. I think there might be a few like figure girls in there as well, but they're doing their first show. So I got added into it like right at the start of the year, I feel like it was, which has been really nice because everybody understands what you're going through. We were all at different stages, so a lot of the girls are competing in the September PCA first timers. Obviously I competed in June, so from where they are in prep now is probably where I was when I was added into the group. You are going to see me drinking a lot of water because I'm drinking for the first time today since Christmas. I'm actually really nervous for it. Me and Chris are going to our friend's house for an Indian takeaway night and a little drink. I've not been able to have a drink with Amber for absolutely ages, so I'm actually really looking forward to it. I went to the shop the other day and bought a whole bottle of wine, but I think it's 5.5%, so I thought that's fine, that should be fine. Plus I'm not drinking on an empty stomach. I am drinking absolutely loads of water just to stay hydrated, so I'm hoping it doesn't hit me as hard as I'm like thinking it's going to hit me. Fingers crossed I'll be fine, but we'll see. But yeah, so I'm drinking for the first time tonight, so I'm really excited. But yeah, so I put in the group chat with the girls if they had like any questions or anything they wanted me to answer. So they've sent me a few. I also put it up on my Instagram, so I've had a few responses from that. So I thought I'm just gonna basically run through from a peak week. Okay, so with my peak week, it started, did it start 10 days out? Technically started 10 days out of show day. So Liam asked me to send him check-in shots every day from 10 days out. Obviously I get feedback every day as well. Not really much happened for like the first few days, like no changes really. I'm pretty sure my cardio went up quite a bit, just for like the final push, which cardio didn't bother me, to be fair. I used to absolutely hate cardio before prep. And then I actually grew to love it. It just makes me feel so much better in the mornings. I literally just roll out of bed after I've weighed myself and go straight downstairs onto the cross trainer and just do my cardio, because one, it's over and done with in the morning. Two, it makes you feel so good. I feel like it just sets you up for the entire day. So yeah, I didn't mind cardio. It was probably when I got to, I think it was like 500 calories I had to burn, and that was quite intense for me just because I was so tired by the end of prep. I had literally no spare energy even in the morning, although the mornings for me, I found that I had more energy. Even though I wasn't sleeping very well at night, I did find that I had more energy in the mornings. But then obviously from like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, I was just wiped out. I could not be bothered. I couldn't be bothered to walk. It was like honestly a struggle sometimes to even hold myself up. I would be like crawling up the stairs because I just could not be bothered to walk up the stairs properly. That's how bad like my energy levels went. So yeah, so on the Monday, right, we're gonna say it was the Monday. It might not have been the Monday, but I'm pretty sure it was. So on the Monday, my carbs went from, bear in mind it was a training day, went from 75 gram of carbs to 150 gram of carbs. Protein, fat stay the same. Then from the Tuesday, my carbs increased again to 200. Then on the Wednesday, carbs increased again, but I was still training. Normally Wednesday would be my rest day, but Liam changed my training for the last week, so I was still training up until literally 2 days before show day. So on the Wednesday was still training day, and I was on 250g of carbs, which was like my highest amount that I'd been on for a while. In fact, literally the entire prep. And then on the Thursday, which was a rest day, my carbs dropped back down to 100g. And I actually thought I was going to struggle with that, because obviously I thought it was really cruel. It's honestly like giving, I don't know, a kid a lollipop, saying you can have one lick of the lollipop and then take it away from the kid. That was literally what I was feeling like. I thought it was going to be absolutely horrible, because obviously I'd been exposed to high carbs, so it's kicking my metabolism in again to start working properly. And I thought I was going to be so hungry, but I actually wasn't. I was absolutely fine, which kind of shocked me really. But yeah, I was absolutely fine on the 100g of carb day. And then Friday came, and that was my last like session at the gym. It was only a pump session. I was meant to be on to a 50g of carbs, but Liam put it up to a 350g of carbs, which was really nice. And I actually thought I might have struggled to eat that many grams, but I didn't. Of course I didn't, and I am feeding myself, so I ate that absolutely fine. That was the Friday. I did my pump session, that went really well. And I was meant to be, oh yeah, so on that Friday I was meant to be doing like really low steps. I think it was like 3,000 steps I was meant to be doing. It was impossible to do that low of steps. Like, no matter how much I tried to be lazy, it just was not happening. And I feel like I ended up doing like 7,000 or 8,000 steps on that day. But yeah, it was just impossible, because obviously I still had to go to the gym. I still had to go to the shops to go and get some bits and bobs. I had appointments, like my eyelashes, I had them took out. I just had so much to do, and yeah, unfortunately I couldn't stick to just 3,000 steps. It was just impossible. So in fact, let's start there with like show information. So one of the girls were asking me how like when did I get my hair and makeup times and tan times. So it was actually really stressful. I think, in fact, I'm gonna have a look at my emails now, but I think with the tanning times were fine. Like, that was the easy bit. So tanning times, I got pretty early. I got it like a week and a half in advance, I think it was. The 7th is what it's saying on my emails. So yeah, like a week and a half in advance. They send you the times. It went like, but I'll tell you. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, so they send you like an email. They tell you it comes in 3 parts if you've obviously paid for the full package, which I did. It tells you part 1 is the pre-tanning application only, so the base coat, which is what you have the night before the show. And that was at like a little village hall thing. It tells you how many people can be in each slot. Here it says only 4 people in each slot, but when I got there was literally like 10 of us in each slot, so I'm not really sure about that. Skin prep instructions. So I never actually received the skin prep instructions. I mean, I wasn't bothered anyway, because I was exfoliating, I was moisturising, and closer to the time I did actually stop using like any fragrance shower gel, just in case. But yeah, no, I didn't get any skin prep instructions sent to me for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but basically on the email it shows you like the first slot was from 4:30 p.m. And then it went all the way up to 7:15 p.m. being the last slot, but that was for men. So it went female, men, female, men. So I picked the 6:45 slot because that was the last female slot, just because I wanted it as late as possible, because obviously I didn't want to be sat in my tan for like longer than what I needed to, because obviously you can't shower or anything, and it was quite warm that day. It was really humid and muggy, and I just didn't fancy sitting in my tan longer than what I needed to. So yeah, I picked 6:45, which was the latest female slot. And then you scroll down and it tells you part 2, and it tells you top coats will start from 7 a.m, which I think ours started from 7:30 for the females. I'm not sure if males started earlier. But yeah, on the day it started from 7:30, and then it tells you part 3, which is repairs and glaze, which is obviously what you get backstage. So yeah, I had no problems with tanning times being sent or anything. The only thing that stressed me out was the hair and makeup times. They were like very, very last minute. I picked my makeup artist, which was Danielle Spencer, who was absolutely amazing. I could not recommend her enough. She was absolutely incredible. So yeah, I messaged her like months and months ago over Instagram, because you can request who you want, and then they have to request you or something like that. So I requested her. She said yeah, that's fine. And then she contacted me like a few days before the show to say like she's doing my makeup and everything, and she'll get back to me with times. I didn't get the time until Friday evening, like quite late. I think it was Friday evening. It was definitely Friday. Was it Friday? It was Friday. All I know is I got my hair and makeup. I got my makeup time first, then I got my hair time later. So maybe I got my makeup time on the Thursday even. I'm not sure. I feel like I got both on the Friday, because I was super, super stressed, because obviously for your second layer of tan, I weren't sure if I would have needed to go and get that done first, or get my hair and makeup done and then go and get the second layer of tan. I didn't even know if you could get your second layer of tan done once you'd had your makeup and hair done. So obviously I weren't sure about what they do about your face. And they only had set times obviously for females and males. So I think our ones for the females was something like 7:30, 9 AM, and then 10 and 10:30 AM. But yeah, so I got my hair and makeup quite late. It was quite stressful, but you don't stress about it, because at the end of the day you are going to get your hair and makeup done. There's no point in stressing. It will get sent out and it will get sorted, especially if you paid through PCA. Like, they have to sort it, so what is the point in stressing? So yeah, my hair was booked for 8 AM, my makeup was booked for 9 AM, and I didn't want to go to the 7:30 in the morning tanning, only because I weren't sure of the queue, because it was just like a drop-in. You didn't have to book appointments or anything. Because it was just a drop-in, I weren't sure if there was going to be an absolute massive queue of people, and then would that make me late for my hair. I didn't want to do that. So I thought, just go get your hair and makeup done, because they're not meant to spray past here, I think, anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered with my makeup or hair, because your hair goes in like a fishnet thing. But yeah, so hair 8 AM, so had that done. Then I had my makeup done. No, I had my hair done, and then I went and had food. Then I had my makeup done at 9, and then I went to get my tan done straight after. We did have a slight issue with the tan. It did get sprayed slightly above, so it did splatter onto my face slightly. It splattered onto my face slightly, and it went all over my neck, so which by that point I had my makeup done like down to my neck already. Obviously had my face done. So yeah, that was a little bit stressful. The tanning team said like, don't stress about it, because hopefully it will have just sunk in, and then by the time you come to go on stage anyway, we'll be backstage and we'll sort it out for you. So try not to stress. They told me to go back to hair and makeup anyway, so I went back to hair and makeup. Danielle tried absolutely everything to try and make my neck look better. It was a really weird colour. It kind of went like muddy. Yeah, kind of went muddy. She didn't touch my face, only because the tan, like where the tan had sprayed, it just looked like freckles. Obviously I didn't want that, but it wasn't the end of the world, and we didn't want to ruin the makeup when the makeup didn't need ruining. Well, no. So yeah, Danielle sorted my neck out for me. She didn't want to touch my face because obviously it just looked like freckles, which didn't look bad. And when I'm on stage anyway, you're not going to be able to see that because it was so fine. Biggest tip I would give you, do not stress on show day. There is absolutely no point in stressing. There's just no point in stressing. Why do you need to stress when you've paid for the service? Just let the service look after you and you will be absolutely fine. So yeah, do not stress on show day. Everything will work out in the end. So that is the answer. That was a very long answer. Oh my god, so the order of the day. So after that, basically, so the first section started at 11 AM, which was all men's. Me and Chris went to watch a little bit, but then we went, like, they basically in this theatre you walk in and then they had like a massive opening bit where you just sit down and chill, and then you walk around the corner and then you go into the stage that way and everything. So yeah, we just did that because I needed to eat and I did actually need to chill out. I feel like I had such a stressful morning with like hair, makeup, tan and everything. I just needed to chill because I felt like I hadn't actually chilled. Like this entire peak week that I'd done as well, I feel like I didn't chill that much. And I only actually chilled like the day before. I feel like that was like my chill day. But yeah, it was just because we didn't know what to expect. Obviously it was my first one, so we didn't know what to expect. I didn't want to miss anything either. So yeah, so me and Chris went and watched the show for a little bit, just so I could get a grasp of the stage and like how many people are going to be in there, where the judges are, the lights and everything. And it actually made me feel so much calmer just watching somebody else on that stage. It was a really like chilled environment. I feel like it was the perfect show for me to go to for my first one. Like everyone was so chill, everybody was so nice. The girls, oh my god, the most amazing girls were there. Everyone was so friendly. I was expecting, not gonna lie, I was expecting it to be slightly bitchy, just because I feel like bodybuilding is such like a selfish sport anyway. I just was expecting it to be really bitchy. No bitchiness whatsoever. Everybody was absolutely lovely. I do talk to quite a few of the girls still now, and I hope we do keep in touch. Everyone was just really nice. I feel like I've just repeated myself absolutely loads, but everyone was really nice, which calmed you down so much. So yeah, order of the day, 11 AM was the men's. Then the section that I was in started at 1:45, but I'm not even joking, the categories were just like flying through. It went so fast, so much faster than what I expected. So I was actually panicking that I was going to be on stage really early, but we went and checked and they was like, no, the section B can't start until that time anyway. So we knew it's definitely not starting until 1:45. And I was like number 16, so I think it was like 5 or 6 into that section anyway. So yeah, I was eating my like pre-show meal, so my last meal before I go on stage. So throughout the day my first meal was 0 carbs and I think 30 gram of protein, 10 gram of fat, so it was just like chicken and peanut butter. Then my second one was meant to be the same, but after sending my check-in shots, Liam changed it and started like carbing me up, only on rice cakes, jam and stuff like that. Nothing too much. So yeah, I had that, and then I had my pre-show meal, and then the guy came in, like there's this guy with like this book thing. He came into like the main bit where we were all sat, and he was like, if you're in section B, you need to come with me, we need to go into the green room, that's what they called it. And I was like, oh my god. I was like, just breathe. You're not going on yet, you're just going into the room. I thought they was going to do like a little talk with us just to like run through how things are going to go. But we went into this room and like the guy disappeared like backstage. Was a little bit confused, like, because I didn't even have my bikini on at this point. I was still sat in my like I had like a massive oversized t-shirt on, so I was still sat in my oversized t-shirt at this point. So I was a little bit stressed, and then my coach and Chris came round to see me to be like, chill out, it's okay. So yeah, I went outside to see Liam and Chris because they'd come to like try and calm me down. As I was talking to them, like the guy said, you all need to stay in here, or something like that. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to go, I need to go and get my bikini on, I need to go and get ready, I'm gonna be on in like 5 minutes. I was proper stressing out. That was just me, a little stress head. And Liam, I just keep remembering Liam and Chris saying, just chill, calm down, take a breath, you'll be absolutely fine. I was like, I need to go. It was really funny. So yeah, then went back into the room. Me and Tiff, one of the other girls, we went and got our bikinis on in like this dressing room thing. And I feel like because I was rushing so much, I was getting so hot, I was getting so sweaty. I was rushing, so things weren't going on properly because I was just rushing everything. Then I had my bikini on, absolutely fine. And then this goddamn earring that I was trying to put on, like the metal had bent, like it's like a curved one, so you have to angle it into your ear properly. And I could not get it in for the life of me. So then Tiff tried, but Tiff had these long nails, so she couldn't do it. She couldn't do it either. And then I was like, oh my god, I'm literally gonna be on stage in a minute and I haven't got this freaking earring in. It was driving me insane. So we just literally took a breath, we got it in, but I'm not even joking, it took around 20 minutes to get this earring. So I was meant to be putting my bikini on, going out to Liam so Liam could look at me one final time before I go on stage. I got my bikini on, got my robe on, started walking out to Liam, and then literally the guy shouted my number and Beth's number and was like, Junior Bikini, you need to come backstage. So I literally shouted to Liam and Chris, I was like, I'm going like backstage now, I'm literally going to be on in like 10 minutes. I hadn't had my pump powder. Yeah, it just moved really fast, and to be honest, it was quite stressful. I felt like crying at moments because I was just like, I'm not prepared whatsoever. Like, I just feel like it moved so fast, and I can't believe how fast like the entire day went. Because for some reason we was expecting me to be on stage around 3:30, 4ish. I think I was on stage for like 2:15, 2:30ish maybe. It might not have been that early, it might have just felt that early to me, but it was definitely between like 2 and 3, so much earlier than what we thought. So yeah, we went behind stage, and me and Beth was like, well, we were so stressed, and then luckily Liam just messaged me and was like, just chill out, you've got 6 more sections or whatever, you've got 6 more categories until you go on, so you've got time, just take a breath, just chill. I had Courtney messaging me, bless her, saying you've got this, you can do it, which was really nice. But yeah, it was just really stressful, and then after we had that message, it kind of just chilled us out slightly, and we was like, we don't need to stress, just calm down. So we literally took we took a few breaths, and then we was like, right, do we need to wee? So we went upstairs, we was like, let's go and wee, let's just get this nervous wee over and done with, and then we can just chill backstage. We didn't want to get warm. See, this was the thing, we didn't want to get like pumped too early and then like lose it by the time we went on stage. So we went for a wee, we came down, we did some posing practice, we went through our rounds, we went through our eye walks, and then what did we do? Oh, and then I had my pump powder, and because I didn't have a bottle, it was literally in a plastic bag. Literally slipped this plastic bag open and like, and just shoved it in, and I must have missed half of it, but oh well. And then Beth had like these little pig sweets. I was like, yeah, I'll have one of them, so I just had one of them. And then yeah, then I kept messaging Liam to see how many more categories were on before, just so we knew when to like pump up. And then we started pumping up like 15 minutes before we thought we was going to be on, because we thought that's enough time, just with bands. So they did have bands backstage, but I took my own band just because I didn't want to have any stress of like looking for one, or if there wasn't any left or something like that. That's just so much stress to me. So yeah, and then closer to the time, probably like, I want to say 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes before I went for another wee. I don't know about you, but if you're nervous, I just can't stop weeing. Even if it's just like a dribble that comes out, it feels like I need to like full on wee, like a full on waterfall is gonna come out. I went upstairs and it was literally like a dribble, and I was like, Madison, why have you just like told yourself you need a full on wee and it's just like a little dribble? And then, yeah, that's probably really gross, isn't it? But hey ho, I'm being real with you guys. So yeah, then came back down, then I got my like tan repair and everything. This might have been before the pump. I feel like this was before the pump actually. So yeah, I got my tan repair. The girls backstage were amazing. So yeah, they repaired any bits and bobs off my tan. And then they do the glaze. The glaze was actually really weird. It looked like fur to me. It was really odd. Obviously it's really shiny, really, really slippy. The amount of times that I nearly fell over was unbelievable. Yeah, nearly fell over a bunch of times. They do tell you like be careful, but when you go backstage and you'll see them glazing, just be like super careful that you don't fall over, because it is like super slippy, the floor around it. But yeah, and then after that the guy shouted us, and then yeah, we went on stage and it was really, really good. The guy that was actually like on stage with us, like with the mic and everything, he made us feel so calm. Well, he made me feel like so calm. He was talking to us a lot like throughout it. Obviously it was mine and Beth's first time as well, so we didn't know what to expect on stage. We didn't know like where to go, like what side to go or anything. He was really, really good with that, with telling us where to stand, what side to walk off at. I did go wrong. I did go wrong. I mean, I did the eye walk. I was the first one to do the eye walk, and I was like, oh no. And I came on from the side that I hadn't really practiced. So obviously, I mean, I had practiced that side just in case I was on the opposite side and I needed to do like another pose to get into like my full-on eye walk. So that was fine because I had practiced it. But then after, because they have like lines on the stage as well, so you know where to go to. For some strange reason, I don't know why, I didn't walk all the way up to that line, so the guy had to actually shout me, and he was like, Madison, can you please move forward? And I was like, oh my god, no. But when I watched the video back, it's not that bad. Like, I in my head thought, oh no, like this is it, I've just embarrassed myself so bad. But it wasn't that bad. You probably couldn't even tell really that I just got told to move. And then after that, at the end of my eye walk, I don't even know where I was going, literally. I think I started walking to the back of the stage. No, I didn't. I walked back to the side of the stage and went into the spot I was stood in, but I didn't realise like all the girls like move up. And then yeah, I turned around. I was like, sorry, and then walked back like to the back of the queue. So yeah, and then you come off stage after. Really, really good, honestly. Best experience of my entire life. You will absolutely love it, and if you are thinking of doing a show, just do it. Just do it. Things you 100% need. Okay, so I think I was really prepared for my show. Like, I just wanted to take everything and anything just in case, because I did not want to like wake up and think, oh my god, why did I not bring that? So I made a list on my phone of everything. Right, I'm just gonna read it out to you. Okay, so toothbrush, toothpaste, towel for tanning, so you need like a towel to stand on. They don't provide you with that or anything, so you have to bring your own towel to stand on. So I just went to B&M and bought like it's like a hand towel because it was big enough, and yeah, you just put that on. So you need that for both days, so the day before when you get your base tan, and then the morning of show day as well, you need that towel for. Charger, camera charger, bikini obviously. So Good tip actually, I took 2 suitcases. If you are staying over, I would like highly recommend this. I took a suitcase in with like my normal bits and bobs, and it had Chris's stuff in, and then I took a show day suitcase that I could literally wheel around with me and take it backstage, take it wherever, just so it kept everything separate, so you knew exactly what was in what bag and what you needed. It just made my life so much easier. So jewellery, heels, backup heels. So I'm quite lucky. I had 2 pairs of heels only because I started off with like smaller inch heels and then I got bigger ones. One of my posing coaches, Hannah, was like, take your backup heels just in case, because she'd seen like heels break and stuff on show day. You just never know. So if you do have backup heels, take them with you just in case. Sliders. So with the sliders, actually, let me just say, I cut all of my feet. I didn't feel it on the day, obviously, because my adrenaline was so high and I was distracted with other stuff. But I cut literally the whole top of my feet. Like, they were so sore straight after the competition. Like, so sore. So I don't know if flip-flops would be better, but I thought with flip-flops they would like go, you know, like in between your toe. And no, I don't like that. It's like a paper cut. Right, tanning t-shirt. So I got 2 things actually. I got a long sleeve top, like oversized long sleeve top with like flared bottoms, but the flared bottoms had a waistband in, and obviously you're not meant to wear waistband and stuff because it can mark like your tan. So I ordered like a massive oversized t-shirt dress in like a size 20, I think, just so I could sleep in it, and that's what I was going to wear till obviously I put my bikini on. Joggers. So I had joggers for after. My robe, purse, hair bubble, hairbrush, scales. So I don't mean like weighing scales to weigh yourself, just like food scales. Just because obviously if your coach is telling you 30 grams of jam or something like that, it's just easy. Cookie. Had to have the cookie. Chris got me a box of 5 cookies from the cookie dealer for after, and oh my god, I've literally just finished my last one today. But yeah, I only took 1 cookie with me because 1, I thought I didn't want to overeat the cookies, and 2, I wanted them gooey, so I wanted to put them in the microwave when I got home. So I literally picked, I think I picked the Milky Bar one, and I thought that's not really that gooey, is it? So I can just nibble on that. And so I got pants, socks, 1 blade. So we got, so for like shaving and stuff, because I don't wax, and I kind of feel like I'm gonna get into waxing because I just feel like it's so much easier. But yeah, for like shaving wise and everything, we went and bought the Philips 1 blade because it's not meant to cut you or give you like razor bumps or anything, and it actually worked really well. Bed sheets. So I am an idiot and I bought the wrong size bed sheets. For some reason I thought hotels were all double beds, but they're not. I think they're like queen or king, something like that. So yeah, I bought 2 bed sheets, 1 to go over the bed and then 1 for me to sleep in, so I could put the duvet over me so I wasn't cold or too hot or anything. But yeah, I bought the wrong size, so it didn't actually fit over the bed, so I just literally had to like cocoon myself over it, but it was fine, it still worked. Shower gel, obviously I got the 0%, is it Sanex 0% one, and just used that before I went and got my tanks. Obviously you can't have fragrance stuff or anything. Tampons, I did put tampons on there because I just thought, can you imagine if for some reason I just came on my period like 10 minutes before I went on stage, like how fuming would you be? But actually, whilst we're on the topic of periods, so someone asked me if my period stopped or if I like had any issues with it, and the answer to that is yes, I did have issues with it. So I'm on the contraceptive pill, so I take it continuously anyway, and I don't have a period for like 3 months normally, 3-4 months. But obviously if I stop taking it, then I'd get a period. So in like May time, So yeah, it was like a month and a half before show day, and I thought, have a break off your pill now so you get it all out of your system, so then there is no chance that you're going to be on your period when it comes to show day. I was so wrong. I thought that I wasn't going to get one because of my like food and calories and everything being so low. I got one for like literally a month and a half. I did not stop bleeding until the Monday or the Tuesday of peak week from May. It was horrible. And it was really weird as well. It was like a mind game. It was like playing a mind game with me. Like, I would bleed for like a full-on week, and then I'd stop for 2 days. So then I'm like, oh my god, yes, it stopped. And then I'd start again. I'd bleed for like 2 weeks, then it'd stop again for 2 days. So I was actually convinced that I was going to come on my period on show day. So I thought, just take a tampon. You can take scissors and cut the string. That was my plan. But I just think, just take them just in case, because then there's no stress, is there, if you do come on your period. And it's not the end of the world either. Obviously you don't want to be, but it's not the end of the world, and you can't help your body either. Next thing, resistance bands. I would 100% take the long resistance bands. I don't really think you need lower, you know, like the thick fabric ones. Don't think you need them. I would 100% take the long resistance bands, just for like pump and everything. But yeah, 100% take them, just because backstage they had like different resistances as well. So like some were really, really heavy and some weren't, and I just think you don't need them that heavy anyway. And you don't want to be stressing looking for one or sharing with somebody either, just because you want to get pumped and you don't have long, and you don't actually, well, where we was, you didn't actually have much room either. So yeah, definitely take your own resistance band. Pump powder if you're having that. Money, so for makeup and hair I had to pay cash, so obviously I took that. Sewing kit, my friend Jane was like, take a sewing kit. I think it was Jane. Was it Jane or was it Hannah? Jane or Hannah, two of my posing coaches, told me take a sewing kit just in case something is to come off, or I don't know, a thread goes loose and then your bikini starts falling apart. Just take one. Eyelash glue I took just in case my eyelashes were to come off, because obviously I weren't sure if when you had your makeup done, like that was it, like you couldn't go back. But Danielle was really, really chill. She was like, if it comes off for any reason, come back. But oh my god, the glue that she used was amazing. It was literally like super glue. Yeah, it was really good. So extra food to carb up. I took absolutely loads of food with me, like more food than I needed, but for 2 good reasons. Just in case, like Liam changed, obviously, when he saw my check-in shots throughout the day, he changed my second meal from being 0 carbs to having carbs. And if you're there later than what you expect to be there. Body tape, I did take body tape, just in case my bikini needed like sticking down or anything. And dry shampoo, I took that, even though the hairstylist, she had shampoo. She was absolutely lovely as well. Practice posing bikini, so I took that so I could do my check-in shots obviously like the day before and everything as well, because I didn't want to keep putting my bikini on, because I wanted it like, yeah, I just didn't want to keep putting that bikini on, because I thought, you know, like when you buy a new dress, you try it on once and then you don't want to try it on again until you actually like go out or something. And then I took salt, dark chocolate, charcoal tablets. I did take charcoal tablets just to help with bloating, because it does actually work with me really well. I took 2 with every single meal and it worked really, really well. So yeah, I think that is everything that I would say like you 100% need. Oh my god, you know what else I would recommend? Paper plates, paper forks, paper spoons. Are they all paper? No, they're not paper, are they? They are paper plates though. Oh my god, I've not mentioned it. Plastic cups. Lifesaver. Get plastic cups if you are competing. So Hannah, my posing coach, she told me about this. Plastic cup, when you need a wee in the cup. So it's just so, this is going to sound really gross, but it happens to everybody, and if you say it doesn't, you're lying. When you wee, you can get like splashes, can't you, from like it hitting the toilet, or if it dribbles down the side of your leg, whatever, it can go on you, your wee. And when you've had your tan, you obviously don't want water or wee or anything like splashing. So yeah, Hannah was like, wee in a plastic cup, dip it in the toilet, boom, then it won't go on you. So that 100% recommend getting plastic cups. And literally all the girls either had plastic cups, or I think, do they call them Shewees? And them Shewees actually look really good. They're like a proper like funnel for weeing in, and it would have been easier as well to have one of them, only because with a plastic cup I did not realise how fast the cup fills up with wee. So I'd be weeing and I'd be like, tip, wee again. So them Shewees, I'm pretty sure they're called Shewees, they actually look really good because you just wee and it comes out of the funnel. But yeah, 100% would recommend getting plastic cups. Someone asked me if I did a water cut. I wouldn't say that I did really do a water cut as such. So I was on 4 litres of water pretty much all the way through prep. Yeah, pretty much all the way through prep I was on like minimum of 4 litres. And then the day before I had 3 litres. Yeah, so I had 1 litre between 10 and 12, and then 2 litres between 12 and 4. I want to say it was either 4 or 5, and then after that point no more water, no more fluids whatsoever. And then obviously on show day you don't really drink anyway. Throughout the day I would have like a sip with every single meal, and I do mean like tiny sip. But can I just recommend, after your show, rehydrate yourself. I did not rehydrate myself, and I'll talk about this in a minute, but I did make myself like really ill after the show. So yeah, okay, in fact we'll go on to that now. So post show, so straight after the show I opened my cookie and I had a nibble. I did like literally only have a nibble because we was going to Five Guys anyway, so I thought, don't eat a full cookie, don't be silly, just, you're going to Five Guys, you're gonna have a burger, you're gonna have chips, don't eat a full cookie. So my plan was as well, can I just say, right, my plan was only eat when you are hungry, and as soon as you feel full, do not take another bite because you do not want to be sick. So I thought that's quite sensible, so that's what I went with. So I had a nibble of this cookie, then we got into the car, I started nibbling the cookie again, and I did actually finish the cookie. I did finish the cookie, I'm gonna be honest, I did finish the cookie. Then we got to Five Guys. I didn't have a full burger, I had a mini burger because I just thought, what is the point? Had a mini burger, shared chips with Chris, and then Court and Liam got me a Lotus Biscoff milkshake. That was really nice. Demolished that, absolutely demolished it. Right, and then we got home, so we was driving home, and I was absolutely gagging for a drink because obviously I'd not drank properly since the day before, so I was absolutely gagging for a drink. So as soon as I got home, I had some juice, I had a can of Coke, because you know when you're like really dehydrated and you want something fizzy, that's exactly what I felt like. So that's what I wanted, so I had that, and then yeah, I had some juice, and then chilled out, didn't eat or anything because I thought I've ate quite a lot, to be fair, but I was still like really hungry, like I was starving. So later on, like a good few hours later, we ordered a Domino's, had half a pizza each, so again I didn't think that's that bad, half a medium pizza as well, not a large or anything, half a medium pizza. We got these like little dough balls that they do now, and cookies, but I didn't have a cookie. I did not have a cookie. I've got loads of cookies downstairs, so why do I need to have these cookies? So Chris had them. And then I felt full, felt fine. did not feel sick whatsoever, and I thought, Madison, I'm really proud of you. You've not overate to the point that you've actually made yourself sick. So I thought I was absolutely fine. So next morning, got up, had some rice cakes, I think, just like a little nibble, because Chris had a massage and I wanted to go out for breakfast. Then we went out for breakfast. I had a full English breakfast, and I asked for 2 extra slices of toast with Nutella, and I had this massive smoothie thing as well. It was really nice, probably a little bit too much. I did eat it all and I felt fine, like did not feel sick again. We got home, then I had some more food a little bit later on. I think it was like pasta and mince, something like that, like normal food, pasta and mince. After that, I was literally knocked out from like all the carbs, so I think I fell asleep for like an hour, and then I literally woke up and was sick. Like, you could not stop me. I was being sick for absolutely ages. Obviously I'm trying to rehydrate myself by drinking loads of fluids as well. I'd been sick like 3 times, I think, like over like 4 or 5 hours. So all of my food was literally out of my stomach at this point. There was nothing left in me. So obviously I'm trying to keep drinking, but I'm trying to take sips because I don't want to go and make myself feel worse. So yeah, taking sips and everything, but then I'm sick again, and it's like green bile. So literally there's nothing left in my stomach. Bile is coming up. I can't keep any fluids down whatsoever. I'm going like really hot, I'm going really sweaty, my face was going like white. Bear in mind I still had like show day tan on as well. My face was literally white and yellow. It was really freaky. Chris was like, we're gonna have to go to hospital if this like carries on. And then I was sick again, and then I was literally just wiped out, so I kept falling in and out of sleep. Every time I woke up I was sick. So then eventually went to bed, had a towel next to me all night just in case I like couldn't make it or anything. And then the next morning I felt sick, but I wasn't sick. I messaged Liam, told Liam, obviously. It was obvious what I'd done. I'd ate too much foreign food that I'd not had for ages, and it's not even so much about the actual like food source, it's what it's cooked in, or the oils. Do you think I've not had oils for like, what, 24 weeks? It's a long time. I had literally no refeeds either, like no shitty food throughout prep. My body was just like, no, what is going on? Spoke to Liam. Liam put me obviously back onto my plan for like a few days. That kind of settled my stomach. I'm still really bloated obviously and everything, but I am enjoying food. I think the thing that I've struggled with the most is weight gain and my like physical appearance. It's actually quite sad, and I think it's like one of the hardest things. And I always said to myself, like, how can anyone say that like post-show is like really hard, like harder than prep? But it is. Like, honestly, I stand with whoever says that, because I do think that is true. Get emotional. I like the first week was probably the hardest. So the Mondays, the day after show day, so obviously I've been sick and everything. I went and put my bikini on to do some posing, expecting me to look better for some reason. I thought I was going to look absolutely amazing because it filled my body with carbs. I know I'd been sick, whatever, but I had in my head that I was going to look better. I did the shots and everything. I didn't like how I looked. And then like a few days go on and everything. And I am like having little treats. I'm not going mad. Probably have like 1 thing a day. I'm like bloated. Stood in the mirror for the other day, just like for like half an hour, just literally looking at my side profile and me facing the mirror and just not liking how I look. It's it's really weird because obviously towards the end of prep you literally have a flat stomach. There's nothing, there's no like water weight or anything, there's literally, there's nothing, it's just completely flat. And from like eating normal foods and obviously like filling back up on water and everything, I was just getting bloated, which is a normal thing. But to someone who's constantly been looking at their body every single day, it's not a nice feeling. It's not a nice feeling whatsoever. I feel like I need to stop for a minute. So yeah, it's not a nice feeling whatsoever. I sat in the car going to the gym the other day. I'm literally just sat pinching around here to see if I've gained any like weight on my face. I think you can become really like obsessive with how you look and numbers on the scales, and it is really like, it really does play with your mind, and it's not a nice feeling whatsoever, because in order to do better you need to grow, you need to bulk. The weight is going to go back up because it's not normal being at that weight all the time. It's not healthy being at that weight all the time. So I think once I'd like gathered that in my head, and I still think I struggle now, and I'm like 13 days from like show day, I still struggle now, but I don't struggle as much as that first week. That first week was horrible, and I didn't go to the gym on the Monday because obviously wasn't very well. On the Tuesday I had to go to the gym because I was just like, I can't just sit here and not do anything, especially because I'd ate all this food and I felt guilty almost. I just ate all this food because I felt like I shouldn't have been eating it whatsoever. And then yeah, I went to the gym on that Tuesday. I did some cardio as well, I think. When did I do cardio? I think I did cardio from Wednesday in the morning, just to get back into like a routine almost and get my body moving still, because obviously the weight was going up on the scales, which I didn't like, but it's one of them things. Weight is going to go up. I do want to bulk, I do want to improve, I do want to compete again. I've not even said that. I am competing again next year, so I'm in off season now. My plan is to bulk now until January time, and then look at the shows I want to do. I want to do a prep that's not as long next time, because I think like on my body was so exhausted after, like I couldn't do another show after, even if I wanted to, because it just felt so drained. And I I wanted to get a healthy relationship with food again, not feel guilty if I wanted like a chocolate bar. If I wanted something, I wanted to be able to have it and not feel bad for eating it. I wanted to just be able to get back to how I used to be and actually enjoy food, and not worry so much about my weight and everything. I mean, for the first like few days after the show, I don't think I weighed myself. I didn't see the point in weighing myself, because I knew that it was gonna make my head just go, and I didn't want to do that. But yeah. I feel like this has been really emotional. Why am I really emotional all of the time? Like, I'm just trying to be real, because I think like more people need to be open and honest about post-show, and how to deal with it. I know for next time that I'm not going to be obsessed with food when I'm on prep, because I got into a really unhealthy habit with that. I was literally waking up like super early in the morning to watch videos on my Instagram of people making food and eating food. Why would I do that? I don't know. Then I would be like, I'd go to bed like earlier just so I could watch the exact same videos of people eating food, and yeah, I think I got like quite unhealthy with that. and was just like obsessed with food. And I do think as well, like, you do build up this idea in your head that all this food is going to taste absolutely amazing, and don't get me wrong, it does taste amazing, but it doesn't taste as good as you imagine. And someone said to me as well when I was on prep, like, that food is always going to be there. And I, at the time, thought, what a silly thing to say, like, obviously it's going to be there, but it is going to be there. So don't obsess over it whilst you're on prep, because what is the point? And I've also learned as well with this prep that after the show, I am literally going to cap myself at having like one thing, and then I want to go straight back onto a plan. I don't want to have as much freedom, and that was purely my choice. That was nothing to do with my coach or anything. If I wanted to go back on plan, he would have put me straight back on plan straight away, but I already told him, like, I am enjoying my food. I don't want to be told what I have to do for like the next day or two. So that was purely my fault. But yeah, a lot of things have been learned. But yeah, so right now I'm getting back into training properly. I'm absolutely loving my training sessions. I have so much energy. My leg days, oh my god, my leg days are amazing from all the extra food and everything. I am like pushing the weight. Yeah, I just feel really good with training and everything. It's just my food that I need to sort out now. I do feel like I am getting better every day with like not letting the scales affect me, because you have to think, like, I was looking back at pictures as well of when I first started being coached, and I was at the heaviest that I'd been, which was like 64 kilos. I found it really hard to put weight on before, even though I was on so many calories. I just found it really hard to put weight on. It's looking back at pictures, and bear in mind, I was never like big to begin with. I was just, obviously I had a little bit more body fat, which is normal. But yeah, I was looking back at the pictures and I just felt so overweight, like comparing them. I'm like, why am I comparing them? Because that is at the end of prep, that's at the start of prep. You don't do that. Do not compare your... One sec. Okay, so I'm just going to finish off the video here. Just moved upstairs because one of our friends has just come round for a massage with Chris. He's competing in 2 weeks with Two Bros, so I was just talking to him about his competition and everything, and post-show. So I'm going to leave the video there. I might have to film at the ending again. Actually, I'm going to put all the videos up. I've been talking for about an hour and a half, so I'm going to have to literally cut loads out, because I can imagine it's quite boring to listen to me talking for an hour and a half. But yeah, so I just wanted to try and be as real as possible with you guys, just so there's nothing like, everything's out, you know, like exactly how I felt, how I'm feeling now. But yeah, so main goal is healthy relationship with food again, get comfortable within myself, with how my body's changing, with weight gain and everything. And yeah, just enjoy life.